Marty's Garden is all about compost worms, composting, farming worms indoors and out, and growing some of the most awesome food around. You can learn how by clicking the subscribe button and hitting the bell so you don't miss any of my videos.
Welcome world to the Marty's Garden Show.
G'day, I'm Marty Ware from martysgarden.com.au, your friendly agricultural horticulturist from Australia. And today the question is, for the video, why do worms love to eat cardboard and newspaper so much? And is it really beneficial for your worm farms? Well, the answer is yes and no. It's beneficial because you can get away without it. But there's just so much of it around, and it's a free resource to use. So you can actually use just cardboard and newspaper as bedding if you shred it right down really small and just keep it moist. And eventually they will feed through it. Now, what I like to use it for is actually in the top part of the bedding. So underneath the bedding, or if I don't have any bedding lying around, or I just want to find a way to get a bit more moisture into the top of the farm. Now, I'll show you some here that I've got here. Got it on the old table behind me. And first we'll look at cardboard, right? So the favourite one that I like to use is this type of cardboard. Now, it's got no inks or anything on it, no nasty bits of tape or anything like that. If you've got tape and stuff on it, you just take it off. And how they glue it together is by using cornstarch, and the worms love that cornstarch and they get in there and feed hard on it. It must be something to do with sugars or something that's in it. And they love this, so if we get right in close here, we can get that edge there, you can see they love this corrugation. So as it's starting to break down those little hollows there, they go up and down through it, lay eggs in it, and they start eating it and consume it, and they leave their little the cocoons in there, so the babies have got something to eat pretty much straight away that stays moist, and they know that the safety of their cocoons, their little bubs, are going to get on much better. So this is a pizza box, if you haven't figured it out already, half a pizza box. I'm putting the other half has already gone into the worm farm, and you can rip it up into pieces or you can just put it flat straight on top. Now we'll get into the newspaper here. I've got a newspaper straight behind me here on the table. I'm not going to put out any, oh well, there it is. Look, I really dislike how they throw this on my front porch in a plastic bag. Now I know they've got to keep it weatherproof and all that, but this day and age without plastic, come on guys, let's get it together, eh? Like, I almost don't want to get the paper arrived just for that reason. So what we've got here is a whole lot of printed ink paper. This is sort of alright, but I try and stay away from anything that's got too much inks on it. We want to just use the stuff that's got the carbon. So this is carbon printed ink. It's not too bad. If it's that sort of shiny material that's got a lot of ink in it, no, you really want to stay away from it. The black and white stuff, way to go, much better. So, you know, something like this is fine, and you can use pretty much the whole, this is just a small newspaper, right? It's full of real estate pretty much. So you can fold that up, put it straight in your worm farm, rip it up into pieces. Now the reason why they like eating this and the newspaper, and the cardboard, is because it's a carbon source. See, and in the natural state, they come in and eat the leaves and the twigs and all that stuff that's breaking down from the trees, and they really love those fall leaves. You see other videos of guys just feeding them fall leaves, and we don't really get it here so much where I live. So I'll convert back to using newspaper or a type of wood chip or something like that to get that happening. So it's basically a carbon source that they're used to eating in their natural habitat. So as it starts breaking down, it starts getting the bacteria on the side of it. They'll come and they're scooping off the bacteria off the side, ingesting it and passing it through as a casting. Now, it wouldn't make a very potent, nutrient-rich casting, but if there's other things in the gut of the worm and the gizzard, it would join up with that and make it quite good. So it's like anything, you just don't overfeed it one thing. If you're just putting newspaper and a little bit of food, you're not going to end up with a very good high quality casting. So you need to maybe put some old manure in there, a few different other types of foods and things like that to get a better quality casting, and maybe even a bit of rock minerals, or a bit of how you call it, a bit of lime gypsum, stuff like that along those lines, to get the variety of minerals and different stuff into that worm casting. So it makes a pretty good bedding. It makes a great food for them as a carbon source, and look, I continually use it all the time because it's been thrown straight out of my front grass in a plastic bag. I hardly ever read the newspapers these days. But anyway, I'm Marty Ware from Marty's Garden. If you want to learn more about worm farming from me, head over to martysgarden.com.au, enroll in the waitlist class. There's excuse me, getting excited there. There's tons and tons of videos out there, and you're really going to learn a lot and be able to implement and get your worm farm running nice and quickly. And I'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.